Alright, let's do this.
Mega Regents. I love this mount. The mount's so good. It might actually be one of my favourite mounts in the game.
It's pretty cool.
So,
Okay.
one thing we may want to be careful with the use of our heavy damage cooldowns for J-Waves and Alex Prime, because we need all that shit for perfect. So one thing to note is that the harder we get down Alex Prime in the previous parts of that phase, the easier the Alex Prime check is at J-Waves.
Yeah.
Because it's a direct connection between the two.
Which is why I
So-
said that we should probably pot.
Yes. So we should be potting before, and we should be holding all damage cooldowns during J-Waves.
Alright. Give me a
Meaning...
sec. I need a bipod.
And that means, like, you know, hold your stacks, hold your everything, basically, that's damage related. Yeah, pretty much.
Don't have express, sorry.
I've got a few if you want them.
I've
Ryan.
I
got
shifted all
plenty,
my
but
war food. I'm using
I'd need to
only
come to your
2-star food
server.
now.
What's that
Yeah,
side mug?
this is perfect for me because all my rotations in 1 minute. So
Right. So it what Pepe just said is one thing is a good point, right? So you need to hold anything that will not be up by the time perfect is up, right? If you can use some stuff, go for it. If not, if it won't be up as soon as he's there, don't use it.
yeah, it's your big stuff like Litany, Battle Voice, those kinds of cooldowns. You want to hold
Exactly.
them.
Exactly.
Devotion, etc.
Yeah, Devotion's the only one really that'll I won't be using. Like Devotion doesn't even come off cooldown, I don't think, until like Alex Prime is up. So I think I used it during that pool to make sure we met the DPS
We're on
check.
about
But
during J-Waves
yeah, during J-Wave.
because we need every cooldown ready to go at the start of perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where the damage starts to matter. Obviously not until we hit proper enrage, but it's better to be actually set up for it.
Yeah. Because it's just one of those things where it's like it's clearly not that big of a problem if we make sure that we really push Alex Prime early on in Alex Prime's phase. And if we do that, then,
Like
you know,
finish.
also worth mentioning is the DPS check for Cruise Chaser to meet Eternal Darkness and Rage is 65,000. And the party, generally speaking, bursts. Most parties burst at about, without these heavy things, at approximately 90 to 100,000. 90 to 105,000. So that check isn't hard. And what that means is you can double dot. So your first order of business is to dot Brute Justice, then focus Cruise Chaser on all of your main things. That way, when you switch to Brute Justice, he's already ticked down for already 20%.
The mugboard website.
Yeah, it should be up after if you pot for time stop.
It comes up like I think it's like 15 seconds away at the start of the cutscene. I didn't check that run, but it's not far off. Then once we hit hard and rage, then I would pot at the start of perfect, of course. I mean, 840 odd strength pots set in my inventory. If you want some, just ask. Only cost me about 1.6 mil, so.
Food check.
Alright, let's go.
Get flat.
Taking one for the team.
I mean, all right, sure. New forms of mitigation. Smack the white mage.
Move. Feeding.
I'm gonna heal Sam's because that looks scary.
Wait, almost safe. Cleave.
Yeah.
Ah, didn't realise.
Yeah.
my fucking my focus target went away.
I
why
actually
it
am
does
always
that.
entertained by wipes like that because it's like boop, 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 boop. No, no, no.
I did see the bars had a discrepancy, but I thought it'd be okay. Because I didn't actually
Sorry,
see
like,
the help.
Okay. Did it have to be the all?
Move.
Figured we were far enough. Guess not.
Tank privilege.
That was probably a literal arm out, but yeah.
That thing's always awkward because sometimes he turns and faces you and decides not to move. Answer.
The hand sometimes just decides, yo bruv, I ain't moving at all. I don't care what you say. And it triggers me every time. And it's especially worse when it lags.
Feeding.
Middle is safe. Cleave. Switch time.
Quite high.
Come in. Get in here. It's fine, it's fine.
Just the one splash.
Yeah, it's all good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2. Wait. Easy dodge. I mean, it's not hard.
How the hell do I know? Oh, Nick's
Oh, what
dead.
the fuck?
Got him.
What?
Watch whirlwind.
Tanks and healers.
Nick trying to work out where his spot is. Move.
I have water.
I did like something scuffed lever. And
Woo!
oh,
Oh my goodness sakes!
Devotion's gonna be late.
I just got a haircut, bro.
There you go, Devotion.
you got more of, I think your arm fell off.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pretty sure I saw your arm fly off at some point. Sam says the ice.
Buddies.
Buddies. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nick.
Lindell.
Raikou.
Whirlwind.
Puddle.
Didn't need Nick.
Dwindle.
Eli.
Chickens here.
Tank things. Photon.
Frizzled.
Will we be okay?
Yeah, we should.
It's so high.
It's really high.
Do want.
I'm gonna manually dog root.
Okay.
If we're gonna limit break, you might as well do it now.
We're fine.
We're fine.
We're fine.
We're actually fine. They'll probably start casting in rage, but we're fine. There we go. Okay. Pop.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
That's fine. Got
fine.
Ah,
70.
yeah, Nick had nothing either, so we're fine.
Alright.
We're just gonna wait on the ball. Oof. It's alright.
What's that?
Life of the dragon.
Wow. Feels bad.
Check route.
Check D.
In. Purple. Oh yes, give me GCD, love it.
42.
Right, face north. Okay. Bit a tiny bit.
What? Healer OB. Healer OB. Healer OB.
He's gonna get killed by the thing.
Yeah.
Oh no! Yeah, if he didn't have the stack, that was a bit unfortunate.
Oh, that's another thing that worth mentioning about the stack. Perfect Alexander is filled with anti-cheese mechanics. The stack from the optical site cannot be one person. It will wipe the raid instantly. So it has an anti-sack strat mechanic.
Yep. What's up?
Yes.
No.
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 Doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't have to be on the red dot. It can be, yes, it can be slightly up from the red dot. Yeah.
If the red dot's about here, you want to be about here-ish. Even higher if you want, but about here is safe.
Yeah, the main thing is that you're below the red dot, and also obviously doing your best to point it outwards.
Yeah, and as soon
Yeah.
as your thing has gone off move, you can move. You can either move back to your dot, or you can go south. As long as you go all the way
Whichever.
around the south, whichever one you want to
Whichever's
do.
safer.
Yeah, pretty much.
I did both a few times, and I actually think going south is safer for
Oh, I
5,
felt
6
so
minutes.
felt so calm doing that wormhole.
But
Just like meh.
everyone's got their own way, so just find what's best for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Now we've seen past wormhole. I feel calm during wormhole. It's what's after wormhole that scares me now.
Yeah.
Waiting for it.
Are you calm
Um,
now?
Waiting for it.
Is this luck? My combo's breaking. Ah, sorry. It's legitimately breaking.
That's what I was waiting on. I was like, I'm waiting and waiting.
Wait, what happened?
My combo wasn't working, it was just breaking and breaking. It braked like twice in a row.
Okay, quite drink. Hold on. I'm not going anywhere. Just need a sip.
I won't put that one in the dock.
Oh, also, apparently, you want to pot immediately as perfect starts, even if it's worth delaying your entire opener a little bit longer.
Yeah, because
so that you can actually fit another pot again.
Yeah, you want
Perfect.
both pots in. It's more worth to have 2 pots.
I'm ready. This is why I'm not doing the early bloodlust opening. It's all led up to this moment. Who would have thought?
Oi.
Feeding.
Middle is safe.
Early living dead.
Leave.
Yeah, I see it.
Switch.
One. Two. 4. Wait. 1. 2. 3. 4. Wait. Had to adjust to the lag. Sorry.
Yeah.
You see.
I have water.
I have lightning.
In. Photon. Buddy.
Five.
Done.
4.
Sorry.
Yeah. I can't do anything else there because Wynn's running past
Okay,
me.
okay.
So don't pull the boss back. There.
Okay.
Feeding.
Not safe.
Yeah, what's
That's
happening
dead.
with Sam's?
Whoa! Huh? What? Oh.
Yeah, I'm really low now. What's going on?
Like, you're not my tank to heal, so Raru, what's up?
What do you mean? It's never low. I don't know why he's low
I
now.
know 2 runs in a row. I
I
was
mean,
quite low there.
I do exactly the same. My rotation is the same all the 100 pulls we did.
Okay.
Same. So I don't know why now you are low.
Feeding.
It's kind of safe. Cleave.
Focus the hand.
Yeah.
Okay, switch.
One, two, three, four. Wait. One, two, three, four. Okay.
Raru has water. Oh fuck, I swapped with Pepe. Shit. And that's
away.
completely all over the place. Alright.
I mean, it's a wipe if you swap with the wrong person, so.
Yeah.
Feeding.
Middle is safe. Cleave.
That's nice. Nothing changed, Dwindle. It's
I mean,
Also,
if we're low,
like,
we need
I've said this
something
before.
extra.
Questions like that aren't useful. I'm sorry if that sounds like mean or something, but it just isn't.
No, but it's fair because we've had once or twice that's happened now. If we need something extra there, we need to do something extra.
Oh, nice hockey things.
Move.
Oh, I did way too early. Whatever. Spare cartridge, I'll take it.
Feeding.
Middle is safe.
Oh.
There's hand of pain. Yep.
Yeah, I know. There's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, I know.
Need more people to attack the hand. Feeding.
Middle is safe. Cleave. Hand weapons are fine. Switch. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. FFXIV.
What? Oh. Robert has water.
In. Photon. Buddies. Missiles. Sam
Miss.
says the ice.
Buddies.
Body. 7. 2, 1.
Eli.
Dwindle.
Heavy. Cheers, buddy.
Gonna go around this way.
Whirlwind.
Still waiting for Dwindle.
Dwindling into convict.
5 seconds.
Scott up.
Do we have debuffs? Yeah, we do.
Is it working better?
Yeah, sometimes games is cutting out for me as well. I think Discord's a bit fucked at the moment.
It's not good. They're on to us. Fuck.
Move. Feeding. Okay.
Oh,
Was that a triple feed?
No, otherwise more
maybe?
people
I
would be
don't know.
dead. But I'm not sure, to be honest.
The only explanation, without even looking, without even knowing what happened, is Dwindle wasn't on range of hits because he was 50% HP before the feed. Which is a thing we cannot control because we have to hit every.
No, he was.
How can he be at 50% HP with my sucker and with my fairy, my Indom, my everything?
My Medica 2, my DB, etc. Yeah, I hear you. I don't know.
Move. Feeding.
Not safe, mid.
Makes no sense that doing the exact same thing, now he's fine.
Leave.
Yeah, what else is new?
No, it's not great.
It's not crit. Like, if
50%
it
is
was
not
crit,
crit.
literally we'd be having this happen way more often.
Might have to do with kind of pain, the feeding variants, to be honest. Oh, what am I doing?
Switch.
Got him.
Nice.
Should be good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait.
Tether someone else, Nick.
For a second. Let's see. DPS of Nissi.
I have lightning.
Roro has water.
N. Slime. Top. Buddies.
There's no soil now.
I'll do.
Yeah.
Missiles. I have the
Playing
ice.
mid. Buddies. Water on Nick.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1.
Need Eli.
Even though.
Pepe.
Yosh. Okay. Whirlwind.
Addle.
Four, three, two.
Wins in.
One.
Dwindle.
Yoshi.
Eli. Pick up, should have no space. Stay still. Okay.
Photon.
Frizzled.
Enemy on the roof.
More on grip.
Stay with fire.
time tonight. Oh!
Wow.
The jump of destiny.
Jesus.
The fucking
Remarkable.
jump, dude.
Very nice. Well done.
Literal gamer right here. I am. I was not, never mind. Lion.
Where am I going?
Nice brain.
Oh.
Good.
Oh,
you're
James is
dead.
dead. I've got him. Oh my god, you're both dead. I can only hear
I'll
one
get
of you.
Sam's.
I'm dead. Like, definitely.
This is a wrap though. 'cause
Oh, I don't know what the fuck to do with this.
Oh, damn it.
Positions.
Oh my god.
What is wrong with you? Are
Holy
you
shit!
The fucking jump god.
Oh fuck.
I'm rezzing Yoshi already. Get res Pepe.
I'm gonna pop extra CTs.
I guess just practice
Fuck
wormhole.
yeah. Holy shit, dude.
Because we're not gonna get past this.
Yeah,
Just
no.
just practice
Just
wormhole.
practice, yeah.
Mm.
What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Okay.
Mhm. That's not the pass.
What?
Oh, there's the puddle missing on our side.
Yep.
Was that because Vic was meant to get what number were you, Vic?
I was 2.
Opposite CC.
yeah, you were supposed to get fit, but
Yeah, he died though to something, whatever it was.
I died to a limit cut slash.
Oh,
I do stream, yes, Nick.
Yes. Were you supposed to be there? Cause I know I was where I was supposed to be there. I think.
literal god gamer.
What were you, Dwindle?
First puddle and then show pass down south.
So. I was 2.
He was number 2, yeah.
Okay. Alright. My bad then.
good.
Okay. Am I cutting off?
I hear him fine.
Sometimes you are, yeah.
Not for me.
Oh, he's changing location. Let's hang on. No. He's changing server location. The Discord is fucked. Like, it's completely fucked.
Back to Africa.
Like, I'm.
Oh
Yeah,
my
people
God.
are cutting out. Like, as I say,
There we go. Yeah.
James is cutting off a lot for me.
I increased my my sensitivity a little bit as well on my mic, so it should be a little bit better. If it's on my end.
We check.
Are we ready? Hello.
Is it better now, Dwindle? Okay. So it's probably my sensitivity. I fixed it.
Hello.
Why is he facing?
What the fuck?
Oh god. What a meme. Yeah, just keep going.
Asserting his dominance.
Move. Oh, everything
Oh,
stopped.
nice. Fucking
What the
lag,
hell
brilliant.
was that?
That was a lag spike.
What? Like, honestly, what the fuck was that? Nothing happened for so long. What? Like, they both just stood there in the middle for like 20 seconds. What?
That reminds me of the fucking video.
I can't. What is going on?
In
What?
XStat.
Yeah, he clearly has better routing to the server than we do. Can we swap?
Oh, everyone's lagging for me now.
It didn't lag
no,
for
no,
me.
Everyone's lagging around for me, majorly. Hang on.
Right.
Is
Don't pull. Don't pull.
I would try to do a cast, but I can't.
Hang on, let me just check something. Ray, are you downloading something? Okay, I'm just lagging really bad, so... Yeah, okay, let's keep going.
Check to see if your Windows is doing any updates.
No, like,
Right,
everyone was stutter style.
Turning it off and on again.
I mean, there is going to be maintenance work in my area at some point. It wasn't until, like, past midnight or something, I think. Move. Feeding.
Cleave.
Switch.
Oh, this is scuffed. Cool. 2, 3. Wait. 2, 3, 4. tanks and healers have VC.
I'm a bit inside. Yeah. I have lightning.
Roro has water.
Got tons of health.
He's fine. He doesn't take autos at that point anymore.
Three, two, one.
Missiles. I have the ice.
Buddies.
I'm in mid.
Water on Nick.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yoshi.
Eli.
Pepe.
When you're ready to win. Cheers.
6, 3, 2, 1.
Yoshi.
Eli.
Nick.
Minus CD funds. Prizled.
Ooh.
Oh!
Why?
Were you a far tether?
It was close.
Me?
Raikou.
No, I had
It was
Can
the
you hear me?
flamethrower
No,
turret.
it was the flamethrower was like really turned, but I don't know why.
Hello?
Interesting.
Hi.
Oh. Yeah, I had the lightning
Aggravated
symbol.
assault.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you were fine. We'll watch it back later because I really don't know how that happened.
It's alright.
Phoenix. And the stack.
this nerf.
Oh, come on.
What hit you, Vic?
Chakram.
I really don't get how Brute was turned so much there.
Yeah, it's strange.
Just try and, like, for future, just try and stay on that dot, like, right on the edge of that dot if you can, in case that happens again. Move. Feeding.
Middle is safe. Cleave.
An early living death.
Yep.
I've got him. I've got him. Just.
Hand.
Yeah.
Still working on. Never mind.
No, well, it's right. It's right. Oh, wait.
It's a
Hi,
right.
Oran. Thanks for stopping by. How you doing?
I don't know if I will be able to keep going for much longer. To be honest, I'm not feeling really well. Like,
Yeah, fair
and
enough.
it's getting worse every time this fucking bullshit happens. No, we can try some pulls if we get to wormhole. Fine, if just call it, because this is what. And it's been a long day.
In my
Yeah,
opinion,
well,
it is.
we're starting to wipe the
Um,
things
It
that,
makes no sense,
like,
dude. That the party is dying
It's
all the
definitely really
time.
good.
And I'm healing. I don't know.
Right, let's call it.
We can just call it if.
yeah, fine.
Because it's only you. We do the same. We're not gonna fucking cast Sucker 3 times because of the bar is dying. Like, I want to understand why is the bar dying. Only the bard.
Yeah.
For you to understand, I'm casting an recitation indom, which is critical, in a soil when I'm using
Personally, I played
dissipation,
World of
which
Warcraft.
I hear more. I don't understand
I'm
why
not a
you're
fan.
sometimes 50%.
I found it a little boring. But
Yeah,
games are
it's a
games, you know what I
very-
mean?
50% of
It's
your
like everybody
HP,
has their own
I don't
preference,
understand.
and
We're
the
doing
reality is
something
these are
wrong
two
or
really
something,
old
because I
games
don't
that,
get it.
if you've been
There's
playing it
also
for
a
a
bit
long
of
time,
variance
you've
Every
on
developed
pull
a little
I'm
bit
angrier.
of a relationship
There's
with
a
a game, and
variance
you
on
have
the
your
damage
opinions
as
on
well on when we
it.
feed.
And
If we
in my
feed,
opinion, you know,
it's-
Final Fantasy
it's
is
not
better.
flat damage.
The
So
reality
if we
is
feed
that
and say the added
Final Fantasy is still
24%,
newer than World of Warcraft,
you-
and the
we take
story
more
is
damage.
Yeah,
still,
tell me
you
to
know,
calm
very
down.
much,
That will calm me down.
and it is very much on
Right
a you know,
Okay,
high
alright,
point right
enough.
now.
Alright,
So
chill.
That's
Yeah.
enough for today, thank you.
But
Right.
it's not helpful. When
No,
I'm
Draru,
telling
Sorry,
you
give me a
there's a
second.
problem, don't tell me to calm down. That's the opposite
Stop
of
it.
what you should do.
Draru, leave it. Leave it. That's enough.
Right, got you next time.
Monday, yeah?
Yeah, next
Yes,
one
indeed.
on Monday.
Okay, that's fine.
If you can't talk civil to each other, don't bother at all. Stop being children, for fuck's sake.
All right. Well,
Oof.
At the end of the day, it's a healer issue if Dwindle is dying. There's not much else to it, I'm afraid.
that is very debatable.
It's not debatable. I'm sorry.
It
it's
very
not.
much
Like,
is.
If Dwindle is dying because he's out of range of heals, then that's one thing, and I appreciate that. But I don't really get why. There's no point getting frustrated about it. If you need to heal him singularly, so be it. Like, that
The
has to
problem
happen.
isn't about healing him singularly. Like, the problem is that we attempt to do, because we understand that the difficulty of this fight is not in RNG or some shit like that. It's timing. Like, we can't deviate from the timing that we have in our heals, right? Because if we do, other people will die. And so what we need to do as much as physically possible is to create consistency in our heals so that everybody is safe at all times. And
Which
so
is fine, but there's going to be variance. There's always going to be variance because there's variance in heals.
sure,
there's
and this
variance in
is
damage
what
output.
you're right that there's variance, but this is part of what we are creating, right? We reduce variance, and that is what determines how much healing that we do, right? That we reduce variance so that, like, if a certain X amount of damage can go out, that X amount of damage ranges from, A to B. And so we want to be above that maximum amount so that, we know, okay, if we do this much, we're always safe no matter what, right? So that's how you plan heals and create consistency. You consider the variance. The question is,
obviously- yeah, but there's an
why is it
issue.
that only one party member is affected by this variance way more than the rest? It's not a little, it's way more. And
But you
then
can't-
that's the
you
thing that
can't-
we're stuck on, right?
Yeah, but you can't blame Dwindle in that scenario. Just
Nobody's
then, where we
why this is happening, and that's what pisses us off. If we knew what it was, we could do something about it.
Well, my fundamental issue is I don't see. Obviously, there's timing issues, and obviously there's other issues as well. But what I don't understand is why can't, if you want to be fully safe, why can't you push out an extra heal when it needs to be there?
Because you
If
don't have the
Dwindle's dying
time
at that
to.
point- but there's. I can't really, I just can't see, for that last example. Oh, what the fuck happened here? In that last example, where Dwindle died and he was next to the group and no one else
Mhm.
died, it's like, that should never happen.
No, that
It
you're
just
right.
shouldn't. So-
That part right there in the splashes, you're 100% right. That's guaranteed a healer issue. No question. No question.
Yes.
Right? What the main thing that bothers us the most is that Jagged Dolls part. And the reason why that's most frustrating and why it's important for me to state that we have no time is that you've got Proteans, you've got Jagged Dolls, you've got Tank Busters, and you've got AoE damage in general, and you've got more shit and movement on casters, right? So we have no time. And so that's why we need to be able to create consistency there. And that's why it pisses us off that we've done so much AoE healing there, because he's not the only person that needs to be healed there, right? So it's like, that's the bigger concern. Like, if it was just a matter of dropping a GCD and, for a damage ability and going to healing him, no problem. I've done that multiple times today, all over the place. Right? Because I'm very much of the opinion right now where I'm dropping my DPS for the sake of safety because we're really far into the fight and I'd like to see more of the fight. But that's not what this is. If I had that luxury, that's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? And you're absolutely right, Dwindle. And this is why we're so confused. Because we can see that the things are being done correctly. And yet, it's still happening. And this is why I'm bothered. Now, we stopped early today, so I'm probably going to spend some time to really try to dig into these logs and see, find a common thread here, because it is absolutely mind-boggling. I've never seen something like this happen in any fight before. Like, at all. Where multiple people take the same mechanic, and only one of them takes consistently 20 to 30% more damage. And then furthermore, even if I can't figure out, find a way that we can push out some extra heals or something. Like, I don't... Because we can't cast any more heals. I mean... I suppose maybe I could temperance earlier. I'm thinking maybe I could just temperance earlier. I have to look into the viability of that.
There's definitely variance, as I say, in the AoE damage that goes out when we feed the dolls as well. So if the dolls are 24%, for example, they will do a lot more damage than if they're sub 10. It's not a linear fall off, but I know that they do less damage.
It is linear after 24.
Low. Yeah, so there's always going to be that variance. And that will be also why Dwindle drops a lot, because obviously that's a massive amount of AoE damage that he takes relative to everyone else. Particularly,
but this is before that. No, but you're right. But when the Jagged start feeding is not usually when that is when he dies, but his HP is already low by then, right? So it's something that's happening before the Jagged feeds that causes him to be lower than the rest. And therein, because we're doing AoE heals, because we need to deal with the A party being healed, we can't catch him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, that's conceivable.
But I've done the math on defense before. Like, that kind of defense difference shouldn't add up to this much difference.
But there's still an issue, and it correlates with Dwindle being lowest HP, regardless.
Yeah, it's a factor, but it doesn't...
If you can't find a singular reason why he's taking more damage than anyone else, then you have to attribute it down to that, because there's no other reason.
No, I don't have to attribute it down to that. It means nothing is as simple as a singular reason, and I don't have to attribute it to a singular reason, and I don't believe that it is a singular reason. Defense is very much a part of the answer, but having done the math on defense before pretty extensively personally, not even read online, I manually did the math with a friend in the game, taking damage, doing tests with gear, without gear, different gear levels, etc., etc., etc. And it just does not scale that way. So it at that point, tell me what your magic defense is, by the way, Dwin. Who's still here?
Me, Nick.
Also, Orhan, I don't know if you're still here, but yes, 8 players is the maximum for a normal raid party. There is a 24-man raid where it's 3 parties of 8 people. 4 to 39.
I mean, Nick has the same magic defense.
Exactly. So that's my point, right? If only one of them... Let me check on the logs. An unknown piercing damage.
Whatever. I'm done with this for tonight because we got Perfect Alex and then people decided to be stupid, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, they do auto.
Bye bye.
All right, see you. Yeah, but again, your damage, you're really low way before any of this, right? Like you're super low by the time that the healers even reach the middle, which means to me that it's more like something along the lines of between the hand spawning and the first Protean. So that's how we're gonna have to look this up here. Cool, man. Feel free to join the game. It's a great game. What I will say is, if you do play the game, understand that the biggest draw of this game, one of the things that makes this game really, really great, is the story. It's probably one of the best stories in a game that I've seen in a long time. It's a very long story. And so if you get on the game, I definitely recommend you take your time, play that story, and enjoy the ride. It's a little bit slow in the beginning. At the very least, the first 30 levels or something, it can be a little slow and daunting, but after that, it starts to pick up and gets exciting. And the longer you play, the better the story gets, because the current expansion is far and away the best story we've seen so far, and even critics are going crazy over it and they used to sort of like be iffy on the game. So yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. I'd highly recommend it. But take your time at the game if you decide to play. Currently reaching max level, I mean, it's hard to say how much time it takes. It can take a while, but the game is designed that if you play the main story quests, just the main story quests, you will naturally reach, the maximum level in a fairly, consistent manner without having to do too much things on the side. There's not too much grinding involved at all, for the most part. Let's see. First and Telegraph Protean. Nice second win. See, that's the problem, right? So that's where the issue is. Like you say, drop down to 50% HP. The concern is when you drop below 50% HP. Because when you're 50, that's fine, right? The AoE heals that we get you out between your second wind and then my DB, usually you're cool with that. It's for some reason you drop below 50% HP that things get really spicy. Because I've seen you drop down to like something like 20%. And so yes, from the Protean. And if not the Protean, like exactly around that period of time. And by the way, the whole thing with like, Raru using the bard, as a term, whatever, I don't think he's using that as to like blame you or something. It's just that, we were told at one point, it's just like, oh, it's because of the lack of magic defense. And so it's like, if that's a bard thing, that's why he refers to it as the bard. I don't think he means it in a mean way or anything like that. So I wouldn't take it personally. He's just frustrated at something that pisses us both off all the time. But I do agree the attitude was a bit much. Let's see. I need to know what time this poll was. So, Orhan, you came in at a time where it's like we were just finished raiding. We're currently doing the hardest content in the game at the moment, which is called the Epic of Alexander. It's basically, you know, what we call an ultimate fight. So there hasn't been many of them. I think that this is the third one that the game's ever had. And like you have to be max level, max gear level, and have beaten the savage raids before you're even allowed to enter this content. And we've been at it for quite some time now, about 2 months, and we're pretty good players, I would say. 2 months? Is it 2 months? Yeah, maybe 2.5 months, something like that. But we're almost near the end. I think we're about 12 minutes and a half into the fight, and I think the fight's like, what, 17 minutes long. So we're working towards getting that down, and the next Savage raids come out next month, middle of next month, yeah. So that's what we're working on now. So if you ever stop by to watch the stream over the next few weeks, it's probably what I'll be doing. The rewards are, I mean, it's an MMO, you know what I mean? It's like you get loot for beating content, and you gear up over time. The reward of Ultimate is actually not intended to be like a gear level improvement or anything like that. Give me a sec. Yes, it's both healers and... yeah, so just you and both healers. Oh, but I mean, hold on now. Yeah, that's a good point. In other words, that's actually an extremely good point, Dwindle, and it makes me wonder, it's probably, I don't know, but that it's an extremely good point, and that's probably it. Holy shit. And you know what that means? That means that if we wanted to solve this problem, there's only one solution, and that is put Yoshi in your spot. Because then he will have the exact same damage taken as me and Raru, which means it'll be identical. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't mean necessarily like move the spots or whatever it is that we need to do to have him bait the Protean, right? Holy crap, we solved the problem, and I can't believe it's that simple. I feel retarded right now. Oh my god. Yeah. Crazy. Oh, so anyway, rewards. So Ultimate's rewards is so you get this special weapon. The weapon itself in strength is actually not any better than the weapon that you get from the Savage Raids. However, it looks completely different. Like it's its own design. It's super shiny and all that stuff. So number one, you get a very unique weapon that is not attainable in any other way. You get a title that you can apply to above your name that, you know, explains that you've defeated this content. It is a fairly exclusive one because only about like, what, 10% of the player base are even allowed to attempt this content because they have only that amount of people have succeeded in beating the Savage Raids. And then finally, you basically get some bragging rights. Oh, you died. That's healer error for sure. And I don't cure 3 anymore in Cascade, but it was definitely a healer error, and I said that later when Yoshi mentioned it. So, yeah, don't worry about that. That's our problem. For your ass, Dwindle. Alright, hold on. Let me stop this stream. Alright.